What's going on, guys? It's time for another do and don't video where we'll talk about what you should do and shouldn't do this week in GTA 5 Online. As always, we're looking for how to make the most money, the best investments, what to buy, what not to buy, the best discounts and values, and any cool, fun, or discontinued vehicles that are available during this week's update. With that said, let's get right into it. Okay, now this isn't part of the actual week, but just some friendly advice. Do heists, sell missions, or anything that will make you the most money as quickly as possible. That seems obvious, but the GTA Online Summer Update is arriving on Tuesday, June 25th, and if you want to buy the new bounty hunting business and any of the new vehicles immediately, you're going to want to stack some cash. And to make things even tougher, there are some really good discounts this week leading up to the update, so if you plan on buying any properties or vehicles this week, and also want to start off strong when the new stuff drops, you'll need a ton of money stocked up. If you already own most of the discounted items this week, then you have nothing to worry about other than making money. But if you're short on dough, you may have to make a few sacrifices either now or in the near future. As for this week, do buy a salvage yard property. They're currently on a 30% discount, and this is a business you should definitely own. Any upgrades and modifications are also 30% off. As far as the upgrades go, the only one that I absolutely recommend is that you buy the tow truck, and we'll get into why in just a minute. As for the other upgrades, get trade rates are not necessary but can save you money over time if your vehicles are often damaged or destroyed. The wall safe upgrade is not necessary, but it does increase the max amount allowed inside of the safe from 100k to 250k, so you don't need to visit and collect nearly as often. The staff upgrade is also not necessary because you already start with one, but this does increase the salvaging speed when you bring in vehicles either through the tow truck service or through robberies. Now, why buy a salvage yard? Because you get access to salvage yard robberies, which are essentially like mini heists, where you end up stealing a vehicle and then either selling or salvaging it for parts. You also get access to the tow truck service. Now, the reason this is important is because yes, you can make money from simply towing trucks back to your salvage yard and then salvaging them for money, but it's most important because it helps increase the daily amount put into your wall safe. Speaking of the wall safe, the salvage yard also gives you access to passive income, meaning as long as you've towed at least a few cars, you'll be able to stack money in your wall safe and not have to do much else. And lastly, you also get access to free snacks inside of your office near the wall safe. Do take advantage of double money on salvage yard daily income. All you have to do is run your tow truck service a few times to increase daily income in your wall safe. This is an easy way to make some extra money this week without doing much. Do drag races, drift races, and new community series jobs. All three are currently triple money in RP. You can find both drag races and drift races in the races category of Rockstar created jobs. And you can find the new community series jobs by going to community jobs and then looking in the stunt races, death matches, and last team standing categories. And on top of that, the weekly challenge is to win 2 drag or drift races, which will earn you an extra 100k. Do wildlife photography this week. It's currently double money in RP. All you have to do is take pictures of various wildlife to earn some pretty good money and rewards. You can find the list of animals to photograph either by going to the LS tourist board near the top left corner of the map or by checking the email sent to you shortly after logging on. This is a quick and easy way to make some money this week. As I'm sure you expected, do salvage yard robberies. That's because once again we have a claimable vehicle, and it's definitely one of the better ones we've been given. The vehicle you can claim this week is the Grotti Itali GTO, and it also comes with an LS Panic plate. You can get this after completing the Gangbanger robbery. We also have the Pegassi Toros that you can sell or salvage after completing the cargo ship robbery, as well as the Ubermacht Sentinel Classic that you can sell or salvage after completing the Duggan robbery. Okay, now this is going to be the only don't this week because everything else is actually pretty solid, and I already touched on this a little bit earlier, but don't overextend yourself this week. By that I mean don't overspend on properties and vehicles if it'll set you back financially, because the summer update is arriving on Tuesday, so you're going to want to ensure you have enough money if you want to buy the bounty hunting business or any new vehicles right away. You don't want to be playing catch up when the summer DLC drops, because there's likely going to be rewards and first time bonuses that come along with the new business. Okay, now speaking of some of those vehicles, if you do have the money, I would suggest these next 4 are ones you should buy this week. Do buy the Annis 300R. It's currently on a 40% discount with a discounted price of just over 1.2 million. This is an Amanitech vehicle, meaning you can install Amanitech upgrades such as armor plating, a remote control unit, or missile lock-on jammers inside of your agency vehicle workshop. This becomes one of the best defensive cars in the game with Amanitech equipped. Overall, this is a great value, it's a good looking car, and it comes with many customization options. Similar to the 300R, do buy the Ocelot Virtue. It's also on a 40% discount with a discounted trade price of just over 1.3 million and a discounted buy now of just under 1.8 million. It's also an Amanitech vehicle, meaning you can install those same upgrades of armor plating, remote control unit, or missile lock-on jammer inside of the agency vehicle workshop. It also becomes one of the best defensive cars in the game with those Amanitech upgrades installed, so you'd also be getting a great value for a really cool looking car that also has a bunch of customization options. Do buy the DeClass Vigero ZX. It's also on a 40% discount with a discounted price of just under 1.2 million. While this isn't an Imani-Tech vehicle, it is an HSW vehicle. HSW upgrades can be installed at Howe's Mod Shop in the LS Car Meet. With those HSW modifications, this can become one of the fastest cars in the game. So overall, another great value for a really mean looking car with plenty of customization options. And while this next vehicle is different from the last three, I'm going to put it in the Do category for some of the same reasons. Do buy the DeClass Weaponized Tampa. Also on a 40% discount, you can buy it for the discounted trade price of $950,000, or the discounted buy now for just under $1.3 million. This is a heavily weaponized vehicle. Sadly, the only issue with this car is that the upgraded versions of its weapons, armor, and certain liveries can only be unlocked through bunker research. But if you have those bunker research modifications unlocked, this can become one of the most heavily weaponized vehicles in the game, although it still doesn't provide extra protection against explosives. So overall, a great value for a really powerful vehicle. Now, I'm not going to go into as much detail about these next few vehicles, but I will say if you have the money, these are all really nice cars, and because they're on such a great discount, if you can afford them, why not? Starting with the Pegasi Ignis, which is on a 40% discount at a price of just under 1.7 million. Also on a 40% discount, the ProGen Emirates with a discounted price of 1.65 million. The Grotti X80 Proto, also on a 40% discount for just over 1.6 million. The Obey Tailgater S, another one that's 40% off with a discounted trade price of 670,000 and a buy now of 900,000. The Cheval Taipan, also 40% off with a discounted price of just under 1.2 million. And lastly, the Lampadati Corsita, also on a 40% discount for just over 1 million. Again, none of these cars are absolutely necessary, but if you have the money, they're all either really cool, unique in their own way, or have some really cool customization options. So I wouldn't blame you for buying these at such a good discount. Do spin the lucky wheel. The podium vehicle this week is the BF Weevil. It's valued at $870,000 on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. If you get a chance, definitely try and win this car for free. Do try to win the LS Car Meet prize ride vehicle, which this week is the Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio, valued at just under 1.8 million on Legendary Motorsport. In order to win this for free, I have absolutely no idea. I haven't seen anything about it. I'm assuming since there's been no update about how you're supposed to win this, that it's just going to be given for free, and hopefully that's the case. Definitely do weekly time trials. They're a quick and easy way to make some money, especially before the update. The HSW time trial is in East Vinewood, and the regular time trial is at Galileo Park. Also happening in GTA Online this week, you can look for discontinued vehicles, meaning any vehicles removed from the GTA websites. There are 5 such vehicles that can be found at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, starting with the ProGen Tyrus, which you can purchase for just under 2.6 million. Next is the Enos Super Diamond, which you can buy for 250,000. We also have the Dubachi Rapid GT for 140,000. Then there's the Western Rat Bike for 48,000. And last, the Canis Bodhi for 25,000. There are also 3 more discontinued vehicles found at the LS Car Meet, which are this week's test track vehicles, starting with the Vapid Blade SR, which you can buy for 160,000. Next is the Hijack Rustin, which you can buy for 430,000. And last is the Pegasi Zaruso, which will cost you just over 1.9 million. At Luxury Autos, we have the Grotti Turismo Omaggio, which you can purchase for just under 2.9 million. And we also have the Fathom FR36 for just over 1.6 million. And to wrap things up, back at the LS Car Meet, we have the HSW Premium Test Ride, which this week is the Karen Vivinite, and it'll cost you just under 2.6 million. Alright, so that's everything we got going on for this short update week, which again is only from June 20th through the 24th. But I gotta say, there's a lot of really good discounts on properties, vehicles, and a bunch of good ways to make money. It's almost like they're trying to tempt us right before the summer update drops, knowing there's going to be a lot of things that we have to spend money on. So hopefully you don't go too crazy, but with all these great discounts, I wouldn't blame you if you did. Anyway, can't wait to see what Bottom Dollar Bounties is all about, and hopefully we'll all have some great reviews come Tuesday. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoy this update week and are able to make all the money you need in order to start off in a great spot as soon as it drops. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Skull.